Hello, TD teacher, and welcome back to my new Mastercam video. And today I'm gonna show you something about the tip when you're working with the mirror part. Yes, that's what I call it, but you can call it symmetrical part, handed component, or left hand right hand part. But in this video I'm gonna call it the mirror parts. Okay, you can see the mirror part, they just the same, with the same shape, the same dimension, everything is the same, just the direction. So that's why we call it the mirror one. Okay, and when you're working with the mirror part, you don't have to spend so much time working with both of this. You just finish one side, and for the other side the job is gonna be easy. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Okay, and here you can see on the screen I have two parts, the left hand part in gray and the right hand part in green. So you can see they are absolutely the same, no different in shape. Okay, I will hide the mirror one, and I keep the original part here. And look at the Toolpath window here on the left. You can see I just created a few Toolpath just for demonstration. That's why I'm not gonna make all of the Toolpath for this part. I just make a few one, so you can see they are for demonstration only. So okay, and you can see for the Toolpath I have some roughing operation, some drilling, and some contour Toolpath like this. You can see the facing Toolpath and the 2D roughing, 3D roughing, the pocket Toolpath for roughing, and the circle mill. Some of you will use this for roughing the hole, and the drilling Toolpath. And on the second Toolpath group I have contour Toolpath for do the finishing. Yeah, I do the finishing with the contour, and some chamfering Toolpath. Yeah, when you work with the original part, when everything is finished, and you can do some adjustment if necessary, and when you finish with this you can move to the mirror. Okay, but before we move to the mirror, there's something I have to tell you first. Okay, you can see here I have two group of Toolpath. Yeah, there's a reason I divide them in two different groups. The first group you can see I have facing Toolpath, 2D roughing, 2D dynamic, 3D roughing, the pocket, circle mill, and drilling Toolpath. Yeah, they have some sorry, in this group all the Toolpath you can see they are let me see what I say, what I have to say. You can see for these Toolpath they use the chain for, they can use the chain for define the region. Yeah, you can see for these all of the Toolpath they can use the chain, or they can they don't need the chain to define the machining entity. But when they use the chain, the direction of the chain is not important. You can see, because we just want to define a region, so the direction of the chain is not important. That's why I move all of these Toolpath into one group. You can see here the facing Toolpath, we just need to define the stock boundary, so the chain is not important. Also for the dynamic Toolpath, we just need the chain to define the machining region and defining the machining region. So the direction of chain is absolutely not important. So yeah. Also for the 3D roughing and finishing Toolpath, we normally use the chain for defining the machining boundary, so the direction of the chain not important. Okay, is the same for the pocket toolpath. We just use the chain for defining a region or an area, so direction of the chain not important. But you can see on the second group I have contour toolpath. For the contour toolpath, the chain of the direction of the chain is quite important. If you have the wrong direction and wrong side, you have you don't have a correct toolpath. Yeah, like this. If you select the wrong side of the tool, it should cut into the part. Okay, so you can see on this group the side of the chain is important, like this one. Yeah, you can see this is the chain and the side very important if you want to finish the hole, for example. Okay, so when we mirror the part, I'm gonna select all of the entity that related to the toolpath here. Yeah, remember to turn on all of the level that relate to the toolpath, and then you can do the mirror by go to the transform tab and click on the mirror button. Okay, depend on the part, you can mirror about the Y or the X axis, and you remember to select the move option here, so we move all of the entity. Okay, you can see after I mirror the part, all of the toolpath here will be dirty. That means we have to regenerate all of the toolpath. Okay, and this is the important thing for all the toolpath in the group 1, in the first group, where the chain, the direction of the chain is not important. You don't have to do any adjustment. You don't have to do any modification. Everything you need to do is just clicking on the regenerate button. Okay, and this done. Very simple for the mirror part. And for the toolpath, that's the direction of the chain not important, because when you mirror the part, the direction of the chain will be changed also. But for this toolpath, with the direction is not important, so you don't have to care about the direction even if it changes. So everything you need to do is regenerate it. Okay, we just regenerate, and this done. Okay, and also for this 3D toolpath, sorry, you just clicking on the regenerate button and wait. You can see it don't take so much time for working with the mirror part, very quick. Okay, take a look on the toolpath. You can see nothing changed, everything look correct. Okay, for the pocket toolpath, the direction of the chain is not important, you just regenerate it. Yes, very quick, very simple. You can see nothing wrong here. Okay, and for the circle mill, you can see we use a point to define the circle. So when we mirror the point, it just change the position. So just regenerate it again, and we got this toolpath done. Yes, no problem with this, just regenerate it, everything done. Okay, and for the drill toolpath, we just use the point to define the drilling location. So when we mirror the part, we just change the coordinate of the point, so just regenerate it and you got a new toolpath, no problem. Okay, so for the the toolpath that the direction of the chain is not important or not related to the toolpath. It's not affect anything in the toolpath. You just need to regenerate the toolpath and you don't need to do anything else. Okay, very simple. Now this is the important part. We move to the second group of the toolpath where the direction and the size of the chain is important. Before we going to regenerate toolpath, we need to do some modification, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, let's take a look on the chain on the contour toolpath here. You can see this talk around is show the direction of the tool, and you can see the tool is not correct. The size of the tool is not correct, and if we don't make any modification to the chain, we don't change the size and the direction of the chain, and we click on the regenerate button here, you can see we have some trouble. Okay, because the size of the chain and the direction of the chain is not correct. So you can see the tool is now go outside of the boundary. Yes, and it's cut into the part. That's really a problem. Okay, and also here, instead of cutting on the outside of this chain, is cut inside and is cut through the part. Also for this hole, is instead of cutting inside of the hole, is cutting outside. Yes, and we destroy everything. So for the contour toolpath or other toolpath that the chain and the size of the chain is important, you need to do the modification before you regenerate it, because when you mirror the part, the size and the direction of the chain will be changed. So we need to do the modification, and there's one thing here you should take a look. Okay, and here this is the tip. Okay, for the toolpath that has more than, I repeat, the toolpath that has more than one chain, you can do like this. For example, this toolpath has 3 chains, and this toolpath has 6 chains. You can do like this. You click on the chain to open the chain manager. You select all of the chain by clicking on the first chain, holding the shift key on the keyboard, and select the last chain. You can see all of the chains now selected, and now you just need to do the right click on an area around here. Do not do the right click on the chain, but you have to do the right click outside of the chain, and you just need to select revert chain like this. Ping. Okay, you can see when we click on the revert chain button, the direction is changed and the size of the chain is changed also, and everything is correct now. You can see now the tool, the size of the chain and the direction of the chain is correct. Very simple, and now we can regenerate it. Choo! You can see it's correct now. The tool inside of the part is not hit into the part anymore. Okay, and also this one, you can see this toolpath, it had more than one chain. You can see this is 6 chains, so you can do the same. Click to open the chain manager, clicking on the first one and clicking on the last one, and remember to hold the shift key on the keyboard, doing the right click and select revert chains, and that's done. Okay, you can see if the toolpath has more than one chain, when we revert the chain, the size of the chains will be automatically changed also. So we don't need to change the size here. We just need to select all and select revert. That's done. Okay, and now we can regenerate it like this. So you can see the tool is correct now, everything is correct now. Okay, And for the toolpath that have only one change like this one and this one, we have to do two steps. It's not similar to this and this. For the toolpath that has only one change, we have to change the side first by right clicking on the chain and clicking on change size. Okay, now we change the side of the chain, but you can see the direction still incorrect. It's not correct. So we do another step by doing the right click again and select reverse change, and now it's correct. We regenerate it. Okay, so for the toolpath that set only one change, we have to do two step. Sorry, here the first step is we change the side by clicking the change side button, and after that we have to revert the change. Shoo. Okay, so we have to do two step, change the side, and after that we change the direction. Okay, so you can see for the corner toolpath we have two cases. The first case, if the toolpath has more than one change, you just need to revert the change. Okay, but if the toolpath has only one change, you need to do two steps. The first step, change the side, and the second step, you can revert the chain. Yeah. Okay, and it's done. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And there's one other thing I want to show you. Okay, for example, this toolpath, when you're selecting the chain for a contour toolpath or other kind of toolpath, there are two ways of selecting. You can select by using the wireframe like this. You can see I create some wireframe here. You can select by using the wireframe, or some of you will familiar with the solid, so you want to select using the solid here like this. Okay, I'm gonna select it again by using the solid option. Okay, so you can see in this case I select the chain using the solid option, solid here. Okay, and for example, this is the original part, and now I'm gonna doing the mirror, and you can see what happened for this toolpath. Yes, this last toolpath, you can see, oh, this one, you can see this one, the chain is solid chain, it's not wireframe. And when I do the mirror, see what happened. We go to the mirror, transform mirror here. Okay, and we do the mirror like we did before, move y-axis. Okay, and we just care about this toolpath. Look at this, when I'm clicking on the chain again, look at this, look at this. Shoo! Yeah, you see that the chain is not correct. It's not about the side and the direction. Now it's become a completely different chain. Yeah, you remember in the original toolpath the chain is stay on the top face here, but when we do the mirror, it's become this chain. Yes, it's become this look. I think because when we do the mirror, Mastercam don't know, Mastercam doesn't know which surface the chain belong to, so instead of laying on the top surface, it's going to the side surface here, because you can see this edge is the common, the intersection between these surfaces. So when we mirror, maybe that's because there's some problem. The chain move to this surface instead of keep staying on this surface, and we got a problem. We have to select the chain again. Yes, so this is the problem. If you're working with the wireframe, it's okay. After you mirror the part, the chain keep the same, it just change the direction and the tie. But when you use the solid chain to select, or you want to work on the solid chain, and after you mirror the part, you can have a problem. So for the mirror part, I recommend you working on the wireframe for every toolpath. Also for the facing and this toolpath, I recommend you using the wireframe to avoiding the surface problem like this toolpath. Okay, it will change the surface and you have to select the chain again. So stay away from the solid chain when you're working with the mirror part, or you have to select all the chain again because the surface trouble. Okay. Alright, that's something that is something about the chain when we work it with the mirror part. I have something to tell you. Okay, wait me a minute. We are back with our original part. Okay, there's something I still have to tell you. When you're working with the mirror part, okay, we just talk about the side of the chain, and now take a look on this. If you are working with the mirror part and the part require multi-axis or multi tool plane like this one, you can see on the side of the part we have a tilt surface here, we have a slant surface here, and on the side we have a hole here. Yeah, that's the hole. And if you are machine this part on a multi-axis machine, you have to, for example, we machine this part using the 3+2 method. So you need to create a tool plan for this surface and tool plan for this hole. Okay, I'm gonna do it right now. First I create, first I create a tool plane on this face. Okay, and I name it I create it again. Okay, and I name it tool plane. Okay, so you can see I got the tool plane here, and I create another tool plane for the hole. Okay, I'm name it hole, side hole. Okay, side. Okay. You can see we have the tool plane and the side hole for machining this angle surface and this hole. I will remove the toolpath. Okay, look at this plane, side hole, and tool plane. Okay, for example, you can do some contour or facing toolpath here and some ramping motion here for the hole. But look at this, when I mirror the part, I mirror the part, okay, move y-axis. Okay, and when you mirror the part, you can see now that this angle surface go to the left also the hole, it change the direction. And we check our tool plan. You can see the tool plan for machining this angle surface, it keep the same, it's not change after we mirror the part, so it cannot be used anymore. And for the side hole, you can see the side hole tool plan is go with the hole, is follow the part. When we do the mirror, it's go from this side and go to this side, but you can see it's follow the path, but you can see the Z direction is change, is not correct. We have to change this. But for the tool plan here, it's not go with the path, it's not follow the path. We need to create a new one, or we need to modify it. We need to move it to here. So this is the problem when you work in a mirror part, but the part contain multiple tool plan, and when you mirror the part, some tool plan will not go with the part, and you need to create a new one. So this is, I have some solution for this. Okay, we go back with the original part. You can see here the side hole tool plan and the two tool plan. Yeah, if you want the tool plan to go with the part when you do the mirror, there's a way to do that. Okay, do you remember how I create this tool plan? Yeah, I use the tool plan option here, and I using the form geometry option. Yeah, this is the important thing. If you use the form geometry option here to create the tool plan, when you mirror the part or when you move the part, the tool plan will go with the entity. Yeah, so that's why when I mirror the part, the side hole tool plan move with the part. It just change the direction of the Z axis. But for the tool plan, I use the, you can see the dynamic plan here. Click on the solid face. I'm not using the from geometry. So when I mirror the part, the geometry moving, the tool plan not go with the geometry. So now I'm gonna show you how I can make it go with the part when we do the mirror. We can do many way. I can make some line here. Okay, and I select plan from geometry. I select this line and this line, so we have created a tool plan like this. You can see I name it tool plan number 2. Okay, you can see here tool plan number 2, and the side hole, these tool plan are created using the from geometry of method. So now when I mirror the part, transform mirror, and I select move Y. Okay, you can see now the tool plan number 2 is go with the part. It just change the direction of the Z axis. Also the same for the side hole, is go with the part and is go with this circle. So everything we need to do is just doing the right click and click edit, and then we can rotate the Z axis 180 degree, and it's done. Yes, very simple. And for the side hole, it also we edit, and you can rotate it the Z axis 180. Okay, done. Yeah, it's quite simple. You don't have to create a new tool plan. You can keep the tool plan of the Toolpath. Everything you need to do is we change the direction of the Z axis, and it's done. That's why you should use the from geometry for creating the tool plan. Okay, I talked too much today, and I hope I can bring you something cool. Yeah, and that's some trick when we working with the mirror part, the symmetrical part, or the left hand right hand part. I hope this video can save you some time when you doing the programming with this kind of part. Okay, that's crazy because there's a lot of thing I can describe in English. English is still very difficult to me to explain. Okay, thank you and goodbye for now. See you in my upcoming video. Okay.